A Saudi airstrike has just targeted Yemeni rebel forces at a military base in Sana'a. A second strike hits home. It was a deadly day. At least 80 killed on what should have been the eve of peace talks. They're shouting death to Saudi. These people are Shia Muslims. Their enemy, as ever, Sunni. They hit the weapons warehouse, this soldier says. There were many civilians gathered at the entrance. Not far away, another warplane's targeted a carload of suspected rebel leaders driving through a residential neighborhood. The Saudis and their allies are trying to dislodge the Shia Houthi fighters in order to prevent Saudi's Shia nemesis, Iran, from gaining a toehold on the Arabian Peninsula. Yemen, another jumbled battlefield in a proxy war at whose heart lies the vicious sectarian schism in Islam. It's put the fear of God into civilians, more than 500,000 now displaced. In the southern port of Aden, under siege from Houthis, life's fast becoming unlivable. A city of 1 million people, swollen by refugees, running out of water, food, fuel and medicine. Not easy in what was already the poorest country in the Arab world. Relief runs across the Gulf of Aden from Djibouti bring in scant supplies. A journalist working for Channel 4 News crossed no man's land into Houthi rebel-held territory in Aden. She found families cowering there in terror. No power, no food, no water. For Amira, it is all too much. I fear I may not see my children again, she said. In parts of Aden held by ragtag militia loyal to the exiled president, a health crisis is developing. Wounded fighters are being treated here, but the UN's World Health Organization is warning that 1/3 of Yemen's 24 million people are now in urgent need of medical help. This man says he got caught up in crossfire as he was returning from dawn prayers.
A lot of civilian coming. In the beginning, a lot of fighter coming. And this time, a lot of civilian returned bullet or destroy the building. Especially for children, it is a sad story. When you receive adult, he's adult. But you know, the children, the child, less than 5 years old, it is a big deal.
The resistance fighters, who say they want a separate state in southern Yemen, have in recent days gained a little ground against the Houthi rebels. Their Saudi backers post pictures of their prowess on the internet, but it's taken 2 months of bombing to put the Houthis on the back foot. Meanwhile, look who's turned up. The self-declared Islamic State now capitalizing on this chaos too. The soldiers of the Caliphate are in Yemen to stay, they claim. Their jihadi rivals from Al-Qaeda already running roughshod over large tracts in the middle of the country. Channel 4 News has heard whisper of secret negotiations in neighbouring Oman, but the combat on the ground is worsening, a second north-south war is looming, and this time the jihadists have joined the fray.